A big graduation day, 3 years of training at the Alexander Training Institute of Los Angeles, learning to become a teacher of the Alexander technique. And so I was kind of afraid that I'd like flame out with just like 2 days to go before my graduation. I thought, oh no, I'll probably blog something and get myself in trouble and not get my certificate. And like my teachers will get ticked at me, and like everyone will feel let down and angry, and I'll make the whole graduation ceremony really awkward, and I'll like cause so much trouble and like send these little waves of like unrest through the Alexander world, which is normally so serene and calm because there's so much inhibition going on. Like I was always afraid that like I'd blog something that would just like totally mess up my whole life, my Alexander teaching career, like threaten my membership in the American Society of Alexander Teachers, like prevent me from getting certified, getting that big fancy certificate saying that I'm a certified and certifiable Alexander technique teacher. But the day went off big graduation ceremony. All my teachers talked about our 3 years working together and what they'd learned from me. So one teacher said she'd learned clarity, and another teacher said she'd learned inhibition because I was like always making jokes, and so she had to like inhibit, I think, a desire to strangle me. And another teacher talked about how I was always challenging her. And one teacher, he made me get up. He like poured a cup of water, and he had me walk to the bathroom, pour it out, came back, and he poured that same water in like 3 different times. And it turned out that this was special water flowing in from Tasmania that F.M. Alexander, the founder of the Alexander technique, he used to skinny dip in this water. And so I was holding like the secret water of the Alexander technique and carrying it. And also my teacher, Michael Frederick, he gave me the secret mantra that activates primary control so that your neck frees up and your head releases forward and up. And so finally at the big graduation ceremony, he gave me the secret mantra and the water that F.M. Alexander had skinny dipped in. So it was a tremendous honor. It was like real covered. And like I had my day in the sun, and it was really cool to hear all my teachers talk about me. And
because I know you're very full of yourself with your ego.
I really like attention. Probably many people haven't noticed that about me.
No,
but,
not you.
Yeah, I asked this one girl who I've been working with, and I said, well, what gave that away? And she said, well, when you were leading a discussion and you managed to trigger like the director, and you were just like, I've never seen you so happy as when you triggered the director. And yeah, and I have to admit that I think I enjoy provoking people. I think I get like a charge out of like winding people up and setting them off and like making them really furious. I kind of like it like when people start like clashing and fighting, and because like most things that people fight over, I just find amusing. I don't like really take a side. I just like to stir things up and wind people up and get them going and get them like ah. Okay. So it was cool, and then I got to talk about it with my therapist and discuss my kind of self-destructive tendencies, because I keep doing things that make my life far more difficult and that distance me from other people, because people don't want to be around someone like me. It makes them feel unsafe. And so I was telling my teacher, well, yeah, I think my therapist, maybe I just need to like refine this a little bit and just pull back and be a little more strategic about when I speak out. But otherwise, I'm on the right path. But I admitted, and he said to me, like, do you even want to change? I don't think you want to change. Like, we've been working together for years. And he says, I don't think you want to change. And I said, well, no, I don't think I do. But at 2 a.m., I often get this like still small voice that says to me, Luke, you need fundamental change or you're going to destroy yourself and people around you. You need to fundamentally change. So I just hear that still small voice. So my therapist said, well, whose voice is that? And I said, it's no one's voice. It's what my Christian upbringing called the conscience. And the conscience says, okay, you need to fundamentally change. You can't just like make some strategic alterations to the way you do things. You need to fundamentally change, because I keep like, with my sarcastic humor and provocative remarks, I keep people at arm's length.
Okay. So in other words, graduation went well.
Oh yeah, and they had a big plate of shrimp in my honor.
Oh, very nice.